Hi everybody, my name's Arnie. I'm a mural artist by trade, but I do paint regular house pictures and dogs and different themes like that, designs. But today what I want to do is show you the simplicity of getting started in painting. Now what I got here is just house paint. And this here is just a white and a blue. I'm going to take a little bit of the blue like this and load my brush up, and I'm just going to paint in this area here.
Slopped your gripper.
All right, you can edit that out, right?
No, it's gonna have it in there. It makes it more. Let's do it over.
All right, we'll do it over.
Take 3.
Hi, my name's Arnie. I'm a mural artist, and of course, for a lot of you people who want to get started in art, once you learn the basics on it, you have a chance to grow in the art field. I'm going to start with a simple little thing. I just got a blue color, and I'm going to put the top of this blue as the sky, like that. Okay. Now, just kind of let that set up a little bit, and then we can go on to the next segment. Now here's that same basic picture with the blue on it. So I want to just get a little freshness in it. And then we got to put some clouds in it. So what we do, we take the brush, put a little white and a little blue. A little white, a little blue. This will give us clouds. Now we're going to paint on the side of the brush for the clouds and make a circle motion like this, feeding into the blue colors. And then we add just a tinge of water here. Get this here a little wider. There we go. We're going to just draw all this together, and then we're going to come up here. Now it's all a touch. If you press too hard, you get a different effect. If you press light, you get an effect. And then we're going to add a little of the blue again to keep the colors toned down and blending in together. And we'll put this down for a second. And just clean your brushes out. I'm going to put that white in there. Just kind of spread it around because we're going to add the blue. Let's get that, and then take the side there and do a couple of these. Okay, now we got a good base to work the blue with, just like we did on that other picture. Then we add the blue with it to blend in with the white. And you see how nice that works out. You can't push hard on it. You want to draw the two together. So if you press hard on this, you're not going to get a nice balance of colors. So, and just use the side of the brush like I'm doing. Not this way, but like this way. Nice and light, just go around in circles, and this all comes together. If you're ambidextrous, you can switch hands. Like that. And that just sit there and you can look at it, you see, oh, it might need a little more darkness up on the top here. But once this kind of sets up, you can kind of keep going over it until you get the desired balance you want. Now, sometimes if you use a larger brush after you really get the system down, you don't have to do all this here twisting and stuff. It goes a lot quicker, but it takes a little while to get the feel for how these paints blend together. And sometimes when you're doing this, you'll get an idea and you want to add something else to it, like maybe a little yellow or something too. But you see how nice that blue just kind of, so you got to experiment a little bit with it. Don't be afraid. The more you experiment with stuff, the better artist you're going to become. I mean, if you're just afraid of it. And that's basically what a lot of artists do. They let their work set for a little bit, and then they come back to it a little later. And then the paint's dried, and they can go over with another coat, because you can layer this stuff over and over and keep getting the blends you want it if you keep it kind of diluted with a little water. And it's all just practicing and making sure you get the balances you want. All right, we're going to take just a short little break and we'll be back in a sec. All right, we're back with a different kind of brush. This brush right here is called a fan brush. The unique thing about a fan brush is it's thin. You see that? So you can do quite a bit of painting in a style that you can't do with a brush that's wide like this. And what I'm going to do is pop some trees in our scene. Here we go. And that's real simple. You just go up, follow the line up, and the water down. Okay, I gotta give her a rinse job here. Then we just go straight up and straight down like that. This does take a little practice. You gotta work on this. What I would suggest is just work on one tree till you get the general riff of it. Now when you're doing trees like this, the top branches kind of go up and the bottom branches go kind of down. So, but I got a smaller brush. I'll show you how to get the little ones. And then you just kind of do that. That. My easel's turning a little bit. Okay, I got a little water here. I'm going to catch that up. And then this one. Here, like that. Da, 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 dum, dum. And all of a sudden you got a bunch of trees in the picture. And then to add interest, you can make them different sizes. I always make them towards the center a little shorter, like it's kind of going down into a valley. Like that. And then I just kind of feather these out a little bit so they're not so simple. And we add just a little more. We almost got ourselves a forest. Okay, this doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be doing a couple other things too. There we go. I guess my little third leg's got to go that way. Okay, now we're going to add a little green. And green and blue actually kind of go together on these trees. So I'm taking the same brush. I add the green, a couple dabs, and you should, technically what you should do is have something you can tap this down to kind of feed your brush just a little bit. Now watch how cool this works. You see I put them right in there, like that. And you got the black in the background. And this is a touch. It's basically, once you learn this touch, you can make trees all day long. Add a little blue to give it some balance. And the sky kind of plays part of that. Just a nice light touch. If you hit it too hard, you're going to get a very bad look. These brushes are set up, or painting is all set up on a very light touch. Once you understand, you can always keep adding by pounding more, and that way you get someplace. Okay, now we're going to have some fun with this one. Well, that's sitting up. I'm going to put in the rocks. So I'll just set that one down there. I've got a smaller one like that. Okay, now see this one, how small that is? Okay, see, that's not a very big brush. Okay, but I'll show you how neat this works. Gonna take this. We're gonna take the white paint. Right there, I got a little bit too much. Tap it down a little bit. Now I'm going to just put the rocks in here. Watch this. And just bring them down. Bigger rocks. And little rocks. All right, you see I'm kind of losing my touch on the paint there. So, and then sometimes you can just touch these on the side too and wiggle them down like this. There we go. I need a little more white. Go into my reserves. All right, now we'll put a nice big one right up here. There we go. And a nice big one down here. It's all kind of V'd in. And then we'll just keep on coming down. Like that. You can't make any mistakes on this stuff. You just got to let it set up. You can always add a little. Sometimes what I do after I get everything laid out a little bit, I just kind of go over it. All right, now we're going to have some fun. We're going to put the waterfall in. And that'll bring this whole, that'll just pop this thing up beyond your dreams. Okay. Add a little blue. Like that. Now the waterfall. Here we go. Just load your brush up. and just come straight down. And then curve it just a little bit, and then just soften this area right here up a little bit. There we go. Add a little more. Okay, now down, the waterfall comes down, and then we're going to go across right here, and that's where it hits the ground. And then we're just going to do this, like that. Okay, we gotta get just a little more white. You can get this, I got this heavy latex paint that's kind of heavy, and you see how it kind of really goes out. And then just, you make like three, four of these little, you go across like that, and just give it a light, like this here. Soften up these a little bit. And then we can just kind of go right here and off like that. Get a nice little couple white ones coming down here. Like that. All right. Now what we want to do next, put a couple more rocks in here. Like that. Notice I said kind of like a V. Everything's kind of goes down into here. Like that and like that. Then we take some of the black and the grays. Like this, and just kind of add these in. And back here, just kind of there we go. And I'm going to the little bigger brush. Clean that off a little bit. There we go. Kind of wiggle, don't, when you're making rocks, you want to kind of wiggle it like that. Because there's very few rocks that are straight. All right, we're coming along fine. I'm just going to run the waterfall down a little more. All right, and I'm going to add a little real black in there and blend that in. This is just from Walmart. These are like $4 in the art section there. And they're pretty easy to work with. You just open them up and give it a shot. Like that, and you got yourself some black. Okay. Then we're just going to kind of real lightly just bring it in. Very lightly though. If you hit this too hard, you're really going to have a problem. what we do, we go over real lightly like this, and then we're going to come back with that little brush and kind of add into it a little more. There we go. That looks good. And then down on the bottom here, you want to give it a little darkness. But just practicing on cardboard, you'd be surprised how good you can get at this stuff. But this fan brush really makes it easy to blend everything in. And then we're really going to make it come to life in just a second here. Okay. Now that's just kind of a generic look on the rock. Sometimes you got to get back a little bit and look at it. And I'm going to take that smaller brush. And then you can just kind of fine tune some of this stuff a little bit. And if you squint your eyes when you're doing this, that'll give you a lot better the word I'm looking for is anyways, it'll make it a lot easier for you to paint. All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the big brush, and I'm just going to kind of go over the whole thing while it's still. Ooh. Well, let's see. We got to take a moment here and loosen up on the paint. Okay, I'm going to put in the green now. Here we go. And then wait till you see when I put the reds in there. It'll really, really pop this thing up. Reds and yellows. You won't believe how fast that turns this picture into something. Okay. And then another thing too, if you go on the internet and see pictures you like, you can kind of try to reproduce those. Okay, now we got rocks, and I want to just get this here over here a little bit. So we got a little better coverage there. There's the rocks. Okay, we're coming along good. Now I'm going to add a little yellow. Really make this thing sparkle. Here's the yellow. This is from Walmart, $4. Nice yellow. Put it right next to the green here. And the secret is, you see how these brushes are all apart like that? That's what you want when you go in there with the yellow. You add a little green to it, so it isn't too big of a contrast. Okay, and then you should tap it a couple times just to soften it up. Okay, watch this now. It's really unreal. Now you notice that brush is spread apart, so I'm getting little dots all over the place. And that's exactly what you want. If your brush comes together, you're not going to get anything. All right. A little bit down here. And again, a nice light touch. If you hit it hard, you're just going to end up with mud. Nice light touch. And again, what I do or I tell the students is when you're starting this on your piece of cardboard, that's where you jab a little bit till you get to feel how the brush works in relation to what you're achieving on the canvas. Okay, but you see, just by the light touch, you get that overlay. All right, da 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 dee. Ooh, I want to go here. Leo tells me that this is the best fishing spot on the river. And Leo's got to be right.
Because he's never wrong.
Because he's the boss. All right, now you notice how I'm just kind of filling these all out? And by just doing this, now values. Okay, see how the sky is? It's a little, it hasn't got that nice fluffy white cloud up there and stuff. But we can come back and add those little things on there. Okay, I got one down here to do on this, and we're going to give this a rest while I get to the mountains. So anyway, there you go. And again, it's the touch. And you can come over a couple times, but don't hit it hard because all you're going to do is get mud. And you don't want mud in the picture. You want in the picture. So I'm just going to go up here with a little brighter yellow, like the sun's hitting it more. So up here it's just a little brighter because this is in the back. Nice light touch. Remember, keep your brush spread apart. See that? Nice light touch. And that gives you a nice balance on everything. Okay. There. So this here is generally the picture. Then I'm going to show you how to kind of just do a little of this down here where the water is. We'll darken that up too a little bit. All right. And then we're going to go to the mountains here in a second. So I hope you're having fun.